the far south of Brazil's largest city, Sao Paulo, lies a dangerous area known as the Triangle of Death. This part of town was once designated by the UN as the most violent place in the world. In the midst of such poverty and violence, a courageous woman, Dagmar Garroux, is fighting to maintain an oasis of color and hope. A place where both boys and girls have equal opportunities and are given the right to dream.
My mother was a weaver, a factory worker. My father was an engineer. He had to run away from home to marry my mum because he was an engineer and she was just a weaver. Suddenly, my mother became a great businesswoman. This country's first medical spa pool was created by my mum. I used to work with refugee children who came from dictatorial regimes, from Chile, from when the Berlin Wall still existed, with children from the Lebanese War. As an educational tool, I used to take them to the slums to show these children the results of 400 years of trauma. Black children, children of indigenous Indians. And I used to say to the refugees, you might be experiencing trauma now, but your grandfather is Lebanese, your history is still there. With your culture comes your identity. But here we are seeing generations of children that have had no such thing for 400 years. The classroom's out of writing paper. There you go. The female figure in slums is compliant, suppressed. The mother is compliant, the daughter is compliant. One girl showed up with her hands bleeding from washing clothes, only 8 years old. I'm a role model. Auntie Dag is a role model. There are female educators and male educators. The male educators are good role models. They don't drink, they don't beat or punch, they're not macho, they don't carry weapons. A girl of 13 or 14 is already having a baby because of this macho culture. She wants to return to her family. Then the guy takes off, leaving her with the child, and she's just a kid herself, just 13 or 14 years old. I've seen a 14-year-old girl have a baby. And what does she do? She leaves it with the grandmother. When these girls arrive, the first thing we do is get them to find their identity by asking them to think about questions like, who am I? What could I be? What's my dream? Maria
is one of the girls who succeeded in changing her fate. At the age of 11, she migrated from a poor region in Ceará, northeast Brazil, to Sao Paulo to start a new life. She was lucky to find and regularly attend Dagmar Zezinho's house.
I said I wanted to be someone, but I didn't know what that was. But I said, I'll find out one day. One day I heard about the sound studio classes and I liked the idea.
Maria now works as an intern at TV Cultura and is closer to being able to live independently.
I felt they were prejudiced when I arrived. They wouldn't let me do anything, climb a ladder to move a cable, carry a box. And I said to them, if you help me, I'll be able to do this too. They tested me to see if I really wanted to work with audio equipment or just wanted to hang around. And I proved I did want to. I'm the only daughter in my family who got top marks when I finished high school. And I'm doing something that is not just housekeeping, being a maid or a cleaner or a housewife.
While Maria follows her dream, Dagmar continues to try and reverse the negative statistics of this area. Changing the future of over 500 girls has been her own dream, but she wants much more.
The day I stop dreaming, I'll be dead. There's no other way.